So what is up, everybody? I am doing another audio test. I messed around with riding with GoPro audio with an external mic and the media mod earlier in the summer, but I haven't done it for a while and I wanted to get back into getting that whole concept working. So I'm actually riding to a job over on the west side of Akron. John S. Knight is the guy who founded the newspaper here in town, the Beacon Journal, which he later turned into a chain. And then he left a foundation across a bunch of the cities that had his newspapers. So his old mansion is actually being restored by the Summit County Land Bank, which is pretty cool because that's part of their mission, you know, is to restore old properties or to rehab them or, you know, whatever it may be. And it's actually the Knight Foundation who helped fund this project. So the program director of the Knight Foundation is a friend of mine, and the head of the land bank is a friend of mine. So they have hired me to document the turning it into the land bank headquarters. I've already been out there a few times to shoot some drone footage and document the internal demo. I guess the internal demo is about done, so I'm gonna go get some photos of that. So while riding, I thought I'd just talk a little bit about last year and looking ahead to 2021. People often ask, like, you know, we talked about it in the live stream a bit on New Year's, like riding goals or mileage goals for the new year. I don't really do that anymore. On Strava, where you could put it in, you know, I just put in 5,000 miles. If I get to 5,000 miles, I'm probably gonna be happy with the riding I've done for the year. But it's just, my life is too unpredictable to try and tie myself to a goal like that. And knowing how I am, if I put that in, it's gonna like start to influence the way I think. And I just don't want that to be a thing. Who could have predicted how 2020 went, right? From the beginning of it. Then also, I could have predicted that in June, I would be pulling weeds in my garden, stand up, throw out my back with nothing in my hand, and not be able to ride for over 2 weeks, you know? So that just is what it is, and that's how life goes. So also, you know, in normal years when I'm traveling and stuff like that, I don't want to be thinking about like, oh, am I getting enough miles on my bike, you know? When you know, in 2019 and 2018, I got to Boston a few times, we got to France, and, you know, I tooled around on city bikes and I did get some rides in, but, you know, stuff like that, I'm happy to be able to also enjoy myself on a vacation. But, so yeah, no real mileage goals, but definitely goals. Last year we did some bike packing or bike touring, I guess, on my vintage bike. It'd be called cyclo touring, whatever. I want to do more of that, definitely a big trip, but even the small ones, I just have a blast doing. You know, whether that be, you know, we rode out to Aaron's friend who owned a farm. That was super fun through country roads. We went out to Ben's parents, same thing, country roads in the opposite direction. We also found out about, Aaron did that website Hip Camp. So basically Airbnb for camping. Make this turn. And so the idea we've had is to, you know, find some destinations on Hip Camp, you know, they could be corners of farmers' fields or whatever they may be, and then just figure out like a cool route to get there. So whether that even means I worked all morning and we don't leave till the afternoon and it's just a 30, 40 miles out, you know, spend the next day riding and exploring and coming back. I want to do more of that. That's a big goal. So, and with the mileage thing, I start to look at that more at the end of the year and where I am, and maybe use that as some motivation as, you know, the days get shorter and it gets colder. Like this year, I ended up being close to my last year's mileage. So then I'm like, I should try and pass that. That'd be pretty cool to get more miles, or at least the same, knowing that I was injured a lot of the time. So then deciding to do the Rapid Festa 500, that got me there, and I actually put in 130 more miles this year than last year. So I ended up riding 6,630 miles. So I'm super impressed with that. When I watch my videos from last year, I don't think about it. But like when I put together the 2020 video, how much pain I was in a lot of the time from my sciatica. When I saw Ben's year-end video, I realized when I saw myself off the bike in a couple of the scenes, like the limp walk I had going, yeah. I still had a blast on all those trips I mentioned. Still had a blast riding my bike. But yeah, I had a lot of discomfort. A lot of times more off the bike than on it. It'd be when we stopped, we'd be sitting around somewhere. I'd almost be like, let's get moving. I feel better moving. Last summer was kind of the summer of centuries, more than I've ever done before. I think there were 7 or 8, and a few more days that were very near centuries. But yeah, did 2 sets of back-to-back centuries, which was something I'd never done before and wanted to do. The Conneaut trip, which also included my longest ride ever. The second day was 128 miles. And we hit that all at a really hard pace, so. And then our Erie Canal trip to New York, where we rode Buffalo to Rochester one day, then back the next. Each of those was a little over 100 miles, so. Yeah, Aaron's first century, my friend Kyle's birthday century, the Tell Pass Century fundraiser, so. Yeah, doing more longer rides next year like that. I want to keep those up, and also just exploring new places, you know, whether it's a day trip like a long century, or like I just mentioned, one of those long overnight ones. Oh, what's all this? Yeah, so what is that that line they say, ride smiles, not miles, or something, whatever that is. That's a lot of my goal. I mean, I still like to put it out there. I mean, yesterday I rode a Fondo on Zwift, and I was in the top 200, and once I saw the position I was in, I really did hang on and keep pushing it really hard, try to pass people at the end. So it's not like I don't like, you know, kind of fun racing stuff. Mostly challenging myself to push it, but. GoPro's a little heavy with the media mod, and I have a Rode Wireless Go, and this is a shaky road, so I don't know how long I was pointing at the handlebars. This video might be useless. Yeah, first time outside in 2021. Feels good to have the wind in my face instead of just the fan and staring at the laptop screen. This will be a good wind test for what the audio is like with this, a bunch of wind. I really do want to say too that I am really happy with what happened here on my YouTube channel over the year. You know, I made the small goal that I only told Aaron about to try and get 100 subscribers before lockdown ended last spring, or what our version of lockdown in Ohio, where everything was closed. And I hit that, and I was enjoying making the videos and getting better, you know, in my fun videos and the aspects that I could use for professional work. Then through Terry B sharing the videos on his morning routine and his whole chat, the channel grew even more and became friends, online friends with a bunch of other cycling YouTubers. And then taking one step further inspiration from him and starting to do the live streams. That little community we've grown has been like my favorite thing of the year. Ben from Columbus, aka Pudgy Pedal Pusher, Danny, William LeBron, you know, my friends like Ben I ride locally with, everyone who tunes in and we all hang out and chat. It's just been really fun. And it is a big goal of mine. We talk about it on the live streams, but it's no joke. I want to meet everybody. Like we're talking field trips. You know, I can't wait till you guys come and stay here and we ride. I show you our trails around here, then we come out there and ride. Yeah, I am hopefully by sometime this summer. Maybe some of that could be possible. If not though, I hope we still keep having fun online, and then, you know, whenever it's safe to get together with people, we do it at that point. It won't show up in this ultra wide video, but this is a steep hill. Now I gotta climb out of the little Cuyahoga Valley up to West Akron, so there's not gonna be any talking here for me. Regular GoPro mic. Don't know if I'll get anything, but it'll be a good test. Well, not the regular, the medium mod mic, which is the same. Probably worse than the actual GoPro mics, because there's 3 on the regular one that seem to do a pretty good job. This is the so-called shotgun mic. Heading home, but gonna cut across town a totally different way. I'm in no hurry. This is my little break for the day. So, got my photos. Take a little loop, head through downtown, and then head home and get back to work and post this video. If I got any audio. If not, there'll be a time lapse.
things I left unsaid.
It does feel good to be back outside. It's not too cold today. 34, 35. I'm a little overdressed. Actually took my vest off at the house. See if I can remember where this little cool shortcut is. Ooh, a little rain in my eye. Hope it's cold enough that if we get precipitation, it's snow, not rain. I would take snow over rain in the winter any day.